Hello, everybody. Mariah-Jane Thies here of Radiant Dance Teacher, here to share with you the top 3 things I think you need to do with your dancers 5 minutes before they go on stage. Kind of like those last steps from studio to stage, or really from backstage to stage. Oftentimes, dance teachers leave the students in the wings, we warm them up, their hair and makeup's ready to go, and we just let them wait in the wings for that last few minutes. I have a different opinion on that. Those last few minutes is when the pressure and the stress can start to build up. And we want to lower that stress. We want to dispel that stress and truly prepare them from that transition when, boom, it's now their dance, their music starting, the lights are on for them. That moment is crucial. And what we do in those 5 minutes before kind of makes or breaks the performance. And as all us dance teachers and studio owners especially know, a great recital is kind of your best marketing. If the recital goes well and everybody's happy with the performance, everybody remembers feeling good and prepared, even if there was a few mistakes technically, the memory of a great performance is what lasts, has them come back next year to do it again. Okay, so let's get to it. What are my top 3 things to do the last 5 minutes before you step on stage? Okay, here's number 1. When you're backstage, you could be looking at the fellow dancers around you. You could be looking out back to the change rooms from where you came. You could be looking just about anywhere, or you could be looking out on stage watching the dance, which is kind of most likely. Some kids might be trying to peek and look out to the audience as well. So you've kind of got 2 things here. You've got, I can look into the darkness of backstage, or I can look into the bright lights that are happening on stage. Particularly noticeable if you have set up shin busters. So I could be in a wing looking across and actually kind of like a moth to a flame looking right at a bright light. So here's my tip to you. You as the dance teacher, studio owner, whoever's with those students at the end, or maybe you're communicating this to the parent helper or the runner who's going to get them there. You need to know, do these dancers start on stage or off stage? If they start on stage, are you asking them to prepare in a blackout? So there's sort of 3 things that can happen. I can start on stage with the lights on, like in a dance competition. I can get a brownout where the lights are quite dim, but there's still a bit of light. A lot of people do that for the young kids. Or I can give the 3rd version, a full-on blackout, where I better have my eyes adjusted to the dark if I'm going to find my way, and have that dance start off with good spacing, and not having your students feel good in the wings. Yay, they're watching the dance, seeing the bright lights, then they go out on stage and feel lost. They can't find their way. Their eyes weren't prepared for the darkness. Now you've got a group of dancers starting the dance feeling lost. That's not a good way to start. So if they start in the blackout, make sure they are looking not at the bright lights on stage, but out to the darkness, or better yet, tell them to do what I call palming. So I'm going to cut my hands quite a bit so that I don't touch my lovely eye makeup, especially false eyelashes if you have them on. And I'm going to simply cover my eyes. Now, I could cover my eyes with my eyes closed, but that's not really what we want to do, of course. So you're going to cover your eyes, fingers, baby fingers here, really coming together, keeping your eyes open. Try to squeeze out all the light. Now, it'll feel really dark if you do that backstage. And if I do that for even the last sort of 30 seconds, then my eyes are ready for the blackout. Conversely, if I start off stage, music and lights start, nice bright lights, and I have to go on stage into the bright lights, if I have been talking and looking more to the darkness area, communicating with my fellow dancers, looking more away from the stage, my eyes are probably not prepared for the shock of how bright those lights will be. So if your dancers start off stage, my suggestion is to tell them to look at some of the bright lights. Let the pupil change shape so that when they, or change size rather, so that when they go out there, they're ready for it. So that's number 1, prepare the eyes. Blackout, finding my way, preparing them, of course, that it will feel very bright when they first start, and to not look to the bright lights, but to find the darkness in between the lights when you're first starting your dance. Okay, so they don't feel lost when they're finding their way in the darkness. And of course, the shock of when it suddenly becomes bright. Okay, so that prepare the eyes, or conversely prepare them for the bright lights instead of the darkness of Backstage. Okay, number one. Number two, prepare the brain. By that I mean just do a bit of movement, not typical dancer warm up, but brain warm up to help the two hemispheres of the brain coming together. And it can be as simple as what in the brain gym world is called a cross crawl. Okay, so I'm going to hop up and show you that. You've seen it before if you've ever done any aerobics. Okay, it's incredibly basic, but it's also very powerful. And isn't that always the way? The profound things, really basic things are the most powerful. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you what a cross crawl looks like. You already know this. Simply taking hand to knee or just opposite arm to leg, any type of game like that. There's lots of different games. I share that in the bigger course that you can check out later. So just doing a cross crawl, or better yet, coming across the center line of the body. If I did even 30 seconds of that while I'm waiting in the wings, looking to the darkness, looking to the bright light, I can combine those actions. You could, of course, not do this. You'll have to separate those. But if I'm preparing for bright lights or want to start a gentle preparation for the darkness, you just decide where you're going to face when you do your cross crawl. Okay, so that's preparing the brain. Then you want to calm the body. And you can do that with a brain gym movement just called a hookup. So I'm going to take my arms out, thumbs down, palms to the back. Same arm as leg is going to cross over. Hold hands with yourself, loop through, and hold that. Now, if I was preparing for bright lights, I could look out to bright lights. Again, if I was preparing for darkness, I would turn and do this facing more of a darkness in the backstage area. Okay, and you can do both sides. So same arm as leg, crosses over, hold hands, loop up. Okay, so those are the things. So if you've got 5 minutes, here's my suggestion. You do some cross crawl, a minute and a half or so. If you need to now prepare the eyes, of course, you can be thinking of putting them together with this or with this. If you need to prepare the eyes for the real darkness, obviously you can't do either of those if you choose to do the covering of the eyes. Okay, so you might only get to do 2 things, actually, if I don't need to worry about the blackout so much. So I could do my cross crawl first, looking to the light, looking to the dark. Then I would finish with my hookups, each side, a minute or so on each side. And then if I needed the blackout, I would do the palming with my eyes open behind closed there. Okay, so those are the 3 things. Cross crawl, get the brain ready. And it kind of wakes up the core as well. It makes you breathe, which is all good. Then this is calming, dispelling all the stress of about to go on. And then I'm preparing the eyes if I need to do that extra. Okay, so those are my 3 tips to do backstage, that sort of waiting in the wings. Okay, I like to think of the wings as the time where you give them wings to soar when they come on stage and have a chance of really doing their very best performance and being great advertising for you as a studio owner or as a dance teacher. Don't we all want our choreography to look great? But really, don't we all want our students to feel good that they did a really top-notch, best version of the dance that they could. They were confident and they nailed it and they came off feeling great. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you use these, and I really do hope you let me know how they go for you. All right, look forward to hearing from you all. Okay, that's it for now. Happy dancing at your year-end recital. Hi, everybody. Before you go, just a nice little request for me to you. If you enjoy this video, please click like. And if you want to be making it easy for you to see when there's new videos posted, click subscribe. Makes it easy for you to find. And if you really want to make it easy, and you'll know whenever I post one, click that little bell. Okay, thanks for being part of the Radiant Dance Teacher community. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.